Before this video starts, this contains one spoiler as to a character we've never currently seen before in Splatoon 3. While only their name is said, we're going into some heavy speculation as to who this character is, so be warned. Okay, let's get into the video. So, in the new Splatoon 3 Treehouse, when new Agent 3 goes to start a level, they get a briefing from this quote-unquote person named Orca, basically doing the job of Sea Cucumber in Octo expansion. Unfortunately, that's where our trail ends. We see a total of 3 briefings from Orca, and that is it. But all of them do the same thing, so that makes it pretty easy to narrow down Orca's actual job. It's the whole, who is Orca working for, what is Orca, and why are they doing what they do thing that's harder to narrow down. So we're going to take some swings and see what we get. For one, Orca doesn't come off as hostile towards Agent 3. Making them either on the side of the new Squidbeak Splatoon or at least neutral in the conflict. I don't think Orca's with the Octarians or whoever the Octarians are working with, if they're even working with anyone for the reason listed above. If Orca is with the Octarians, then they clearly don't have any vested interest in them. But there was one thing I noticed about Orca while making this video. In Orca's dialogue box, you see a little you blink and you miss it thing. Faded behind the Orca picture, we see a tiny detail that in my opinion confirms who Orca's aligned with. Right behind the whale we see an A, which has heavily been speculated to be the logo for Alterna, which, is there anything else this A could be linked to? It's not like it's a minor detail either. I mean, Nintendo felt the need to put this A on the Splatoon 3 Switch OLED. So if you're to make the ever so incredibly massive stretch and say that the A logo is the Alterna logo, then we can link Orca to an affiliation with Alterna. What is this connection? I'd assume along the lines of what CQ did. In this case, I'd assume from what we've heard, the Octarians are all bumming around at Alterna, and whatever group there was before happened to be in possession of Orca, and now Orca is helping the Squidbeak Splatoon to get rid of the Octarians. Do we have any proof of this little group existing? Not really, outside of the existing infrastructure that we see around Alterna. Actually, I think that existing infrastructure is a good piece of evidence. I mean, there's literally this massive upside down city. I mean, that's some pretty impressive stuff, assuming that all of this wasn't made by the Octarians, of course. So if this was made by the Octarians, we have no proof of this group well established in Alterna. But if this was made by the hypothetical Alterna group, then yeah, we do. And I mean, from everything we've heard of the Octarians, they were beaten into Octo Canyon and Valley and Ninkopolis. Although this is all some super confusing stuff, a lot of hypotheticals here, but we basically know that for sure Orca is with some Alterna group, whoever that may be, and they're at least in a working relationship with the Squidbeak Splatoon, and that Orca at least is not a fan of the Octarians based on the fact that they're helping Agent 3 go and decimate them. Now, who or what is Orca? My personal guess based on Orca's dialogue window, Orca is an AI. Orca is clearly an acronym for something we don't know yet. But if Orca was a person whose name is an acronym, I'd assume they would be deeply involved with something in Alterna or the Squidbeak Splatoon, to the point where their name getting compromised would pose a security threat to whatever party Orca is aligned with. Although personally, I think Orca being like a deep, high-ranking character is less likely. I mean, look at the dialogue picture. Sometimes you need to just listen to your gut feeling and shoot your shot. They've clearly got some like Matrix Green going on with it, which if you think I'm spitballing here, remember that like every Octo expansion level was named after a book, movie, or song from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Now, it would be foolish of me to not at least present this idea, though I think you all know where I stand on the AI idea. The campaign is called Return of the Mammalians, so the odds of Orca being a sentient orca whale, while slim, are higher than they've ever been in something like Splatoon 1 or 2. Orca whales are mammals, so based off the campaign name, it's not impossible for our killer whale friend to be an actual killer whale. Though, like I've been stating, I really think Orca's an AI. Alterna is a very technologically advanced place. Someone in Alterna is trying to go to space. They've got massive underground cities that look like they're in good condition compared to how places like Octo Canyon and Octo Valley are described. Oh yeah, they also defy gravity, so an AI working in Alterna for whatever reason isn't that impossible. So to conclude my theory here, here's what I think Orca is. Orca is an AI made by some group in Alterna. O.R.C.A now works with the new Squidbeak Splatoon to either loosen or destroy the Octarian presence in Alterna, meaning that O.R.C.A is not allied with the Octarians and is a part of some Alterna group. And if the scenario that Alterna is being run by the Octarians is true, O.R.C.A's involvement with the Squidbeak Splatoon is enough to see that at least one entity is not a fan of the Octarians. So, makes sense? Yeah, we didn't have as much to work with on this theory. I still wanted to go through with this theory because what we did have to piece together is still pretty cool, and either way, we've got literal days till we get the canon answer, and it'll be pretty cool to see how close we get by the time the game comes out. But anyways, that's it from me. What do you think? Is O.R.C.A an AI? Is it a sentient whale? Or is it Agent 4 role-playing as a whale? We'll know for sure soon. And if you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. It means the world to me when people like my videos so much to the point where they want to subscribe. Alright gamers, see ya.